You want me to just say it? I'll just say it. I'll just say it. A lot of you so-called badasses in this community who talk a lot, you're pussies. Deep down, you're pussies. I don't agree with any of this. I don't agree with what happened on Google Maps. I don't agree with sending, anyone to Chantal's family should not have any involvement in this at all. I don't agree with putting Chantal in prison anywhere if she hasn't committed a crime. I don't agree with any of it. But all these people who have been, like calling for blood, wanting blood, you're getting it. And you're scared and you're backing off. But you're going to come online over the next few days. And if you're an angry reactor, you're going to come online and still scream at your computer, still scream at the chat. Chat's going to be nasty right back. If you're a viewer, you're going to be typing all angrily and insulting Chantal or going in. But here you have this guy who's like, oh, you guys are calling for blood. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, no, not like that. We just want to be angry and disgusted with her, but we don't really want anything to happen. Okay, so stop talking like you do. Stop asking for action on random channels that can't do anything. I don't live in Kuwait. Even if I did, oh my God, it's none of my effing business. It's not. It's just not.
Like, I felt bad for, I don't even want to say this. I found the whole, Saddam Hussein hanging just fucking disgusting. Like, seeing people cheering that on, it's just so dark. Like, why? Yeah, he was a bad person, but or he did really bad things. There's a lot of leaders who do.
Stop trying to justify this guy's actions. What the fuck?
He tried to kill people in America. He was probably part of 9/11. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think we have the right panel here to be talking about that, but I'm sure Salah, living and being born in Kuwait, would be very interested in hearing Chantal's views on Saddam Hussein. So what I'm watching right now, this is Music Biz Marty. He went live at around, it was scheduled for 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. He went live, I think it was closer to 11, but he did have a lot of prep to do. So Chantal has been her mother's house has been fully doxed, the address. Marty called the Cornwall Police Department. First, he called the one in, I guess there's a Cornwall, New York. He called the wrong one. So he called the right one. He finally got a hold of somebody and said that he was watching a live stream that was taking place, and he had the address and had the names, and that there was a Middle Eastern guy at this address, which he gave as Chantal's mother's address, saying that he was going crazy and through the computer, and he heard glass breaking, and he said the names were Chantal and Salah. And so the police are going out there. Yeah, they're going out there. And I know he told the New York cops that he was armed with whatever Chantal said that her stepfather has, type of rifle, I guess. And yeah, they don't have a lot of guns in Canada. It's totally, the gun laws are totally different in Canada, but they are allowed to have hunting rifles, I guess. So a crossbow hunting rifle. I don't know anything about rifles at all. So, said that he has weapons there. So the police will be prepared when they get there. And then Marty started calling gay men sex workers to have them go to Chantal's mother's house to show up. And I guess Cornwall is kind of in the middle of nowhere, sort of. So, the men that he did speak to, it was an hour drive, and one couldn't get there. And, it was just So it was a lot of like last minute, like trying to get it all together. So he probably needed like a little more time. That's what's happening. The title of this stream is "You Have 1 hour to kiss your husband." And so basically, you know, for Chantal to go live and to kiss her husband, that was kind of like the, you know, he said he would leave her alone if she made out with her husband on camera. And, you know, they're not going to be doing that. So I guess this was kind of like the result of her not doing that, you know, that her mother has been doxxed and everything. So you do have people that are providing all of the information, you know, of the family names, the addresses, you know, and that information has been out there for some time. Like I've come across it without looking for it, you know, especially on Twitter. Ever since Kiwi Farms is like only through a Tor browser, I never go there because it's just not worth it to me to go to that extent. But if it does get mirrored on this side of the web, you know, I do check it out from time to time. But just even on Twitter, I've come across Chantal's mother's Facebook page with pictures of Chantal with her family, all that stuff, you know, like where her mother hasn't really locked down her Facebook page. So you have all these pictures where the mother works, like her full name, her stepfather, his full name. Like, you know, I know all of that information, but I would never put it online myself or talk about it because it's just, you know, I just don't go there. I don't feel a need to go there. And, you know, why, you know? So, you know, the crowd is going wild as he's making these phone calls, right? And now he has Heather Colonna is on panel, and she wants to take Girl World crown. She's like, Chantal and Amber, they're not doing it. You know, I'm stepping up. Someone in the chat is just posting her uncle's address. So Chantal has since deleted a few community posts. She posted a quote unquote sushi mukbang, you know, the non-sushi mukbang, where she addresses Marty. And, you know, she said she didn't want to get involved. And then she does an entire rant eating sushi, talking about Marty and addressing Marty. So, you know, I don't know if she knows what this guy is about or what. She doesn't seem to. Let me see what's going on here.
Is it ready yet?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to rip the damn video so I can upload it to my channel.
Okay. So, you know. So he's got 1,700 people in the chat right now. Before that, it was like a little over 2,000. And, you know, people were just like, oh my God, I can't believe this, you know, and everyone was going crazy. But then on Twitter, you have people saying, oh my gosh, this is too far. And I'm talking about the people who have gone farther than anyone else in the community as it is, have gone to great extent, are backing up like, oh no, this is too much, you know. And I did wonder about this community when I started this channel. Everyone is very hostile towards the girls, you know. It's a lot of hostility. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of wanting retribution, accountability. They want people. They want Chantal to be punished, right? And I mean in very specific ways too. Like people have asked me, can't she be arrested for this in Kuwait? How has she gone this long without, you know, and people, you know, I don't know anything about the justice system of Kuwait. Yeah, we can read the laws. And I don't know if Kuwait is like this, but there could be laws in, you know, another country where, sure, it's on the books, but in reality, is it enforced? In reality, you know, sometimes like laws are made to enforce towards certain groups of people, but not others. So without being there, without seeing how things are actually done, it's very hard to say. It's not like, again, it's not black and white. And as, was it Amara the Habiba on Twitter? The one, she's a risk and compliance manager for a bank in Europe. You know, and she was saying, like, you guys are trying to contact the Ministry of Interior of Kuwait. That has nothing to do with anything that's going on outside of Kuwait. If she's maligning someone who lives in California, the Ministry of Interior doesn't care. You know, but people are so rabid and cutthroat trying to get some accountability for Foodie Beauty. Okay. Now here we have this guy, Music Biz Marty. If you've watched a couple videos that I've done on, like very surface level, the type of trolling that he has accomplished, it is very thorough. He has no limits. He goes all the way in. He absolutely goes real life, 100%. And, I understood that. I didn't spend days researching it. I spent hours. And then I reported to you guys what I found. Foodie Beauty says that, she looked into him. Oh, he's a fat alcoholic, whatever, like, let me tell you, I would not be, I don't have an opinion on Marty because I just don't know enough about him. But I certainly wouldn't be bad-mouthing someone that I don't know much about and seeing what he is capable of, that's pretty dumb. And she can say that she didn't know that it went this far, whatever. She'll come on tomorrow as a total victim crying, but I was able to find it, and it didn't take long to find out what Marty does, what he's capable of. Chantal knew that Marty had rented a house across from Cyrax. Like, to me, that's like, that's going far. That's not creating a fake email and trolling with fake emails or something, he's there. So now what I'm finding interesting, again, going back to the community, people have been, and I'm just talking from my own personal experience, only having been I've had this channel just since like March. So like 5 months, and I've been watching Foodie Beauty for about 1.5 years. And in 5 months, I've had people, like demanding from me, is this halal or haram? Is she supposed to be doing this? She's not a good Muslim, and I'm like, why do you want to use my religion to try to find things that Chantal's doing wrong? Like, that's the last, you know what I mean? The things that she has done. How about the fake alibi she created for Nader? That's something that people have proof of. That's something you could, potentially write a letter to the court to say, if this person testifies, here's the proof that she's lying. Now, here's the thing, though. When Marty asked for information on Foodie Beauty, let me know if it's really going to be worth it to troll her, no one really gave him anything. It was very vague. Like, oh, she's a horrible person, the cats. And okay, let's get into it. Let's really get into it. And really no one gave him anything to go off of, anything substantial. And it's certainly there. It's certainly out there. But the people who are the loudest and most angry and have the most resentment towards Foodie Beauty couldn't be bothered to go search for a link, to search for a video that would show Marty exactly what she's capable of. When it got to that point of like, hey, could you provide some proof? People are like, oh, someone else will do it. So people just want to pile into a chat and express all this rage for a person that they don't know, that has no effect on their lives. And, you know, I kind of look at it like I step back and kind of look at it, look at it like a little bit like a psychological perspective, you know, and I've seen this in other communities where there's a lot of rage and anger. I think that there are people who have trouble expressing anger, and if they can find an angry reactor that's going to yell at the screen for a couple of hours, it helps them to process their own anger. So that reactor is like expressing it on their behalf. So they feel better after they participate in that and type all angrily and everything. Now, if you are able to deal with your emotions in a healthy way, you know that anger is fine. Anger is certainly justified in, you know, in some circumstances. And there are healthy ways to express that. But not everybody knows how to do it, or even think, or are even conscious that that's what they're doing against Chantal. Chantal may remind people of someone that they know that they're angry at or have a problem with. And it's easier to take out all the rage on this person that you'll never meet, instead of the person in real life that you actually have a problem with, to discuss it with them. So that's just taking a big step back, right? So when he was looking for information and no one was really coming forward with much of anything, you know, they just wanted to watch the Cuba rage. Like, yeah, wow, she's very angry. Yeah, she's saying some horrible things. Yeah, she's a POS. Okay. But Marty was looking for, give me a reason to go after her. I will. Just give me a reason. And suddenly all these people who are talking to me about religious police and having her arrested in Kuwait and having like an imam from a mosque like denounce her. I mean, crazy stuff, okay? All of a sudden, those people are just poof, gone. Poof. I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, I do get it. I think that this community, I'm just gonna tell it like I see it. It's a lot of bark and zero bite. Even people who have gone real life with Chantal are backing away from this. So it's like, well, where is your line exactly? Where's your line? You want her in a Kuwaiti prison. You want to see her, I don't even know what, you know? I mean, people have outright told me, like, she needs to get arrested. She needs to be, you know, like, in jail in Kuwait. Not knowing what a jail in Kuwait would actually be like, you know? But, sending a prostitute to Chantal's mother's house is way over the line. But putting her in prison for talking online, talking smack, just like we all do, you know? Yeah. So, a lot of people in this community have some, you know, unresolved anger issues, definitely some hostility. I'm not talking necessarily about reactors, but viewers that participate in it, and viewers who lash out in comments on all different channels, just like leaving rude, nasty comments just because they think that they can. And I hope it makes them feel better. I mean, they don't really get too far on my channel. I don't like that type of environment. And if that's what you're here to do, you don't belong here. So I think that this community is, you know, it's more than 95% women. And whatever you feel about Chantal, if you're just here to watch the train wreck, that's cool. Train wrecks are, you know, I mean, that's what reality television is. You know, it's a little more scripted, but yeah, it's a train wreck. You can't look away from a train wreck. If you've participated in maybe like putting those pictures on Google Maps on the building where she lives. You know, that wasn't too far. But sending a guy to Chantal's mom's house is like way overboard. I'm just seeing the whole picture a little more clearly now. And you want me to just say it? I'll just say it. A lot of you so-called badasses in this community who talk a lot, you're pussies. Deep down, you're pussies. I don't agree with any of this. I don't agree with what happened on Google Maps. I don't agree with sending, you know, anyone to Chantal's family should not have any involvement in this at all. I don't agree with putting Chantal in prison anywhere if she hasn't committed a crime. You know, I don't agree with any of it. But all these people who have been, you know, like calling for blood, wanting blood, you're getting it. And you're scared and you're backing off. But you're going to come online over the next few days. And if you're an angry reactor, you're going to come online and still scream at your computer, still scream at the chat. Chat's going to be nasty right back. If you're a viewer, you're going to be typing all angrily and insulting Chantal or going in. But here you have this guy who's like, oh, you guys are calling for blood. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, no, not like that. We just want to be angry and disgusted with her, but we don't really want anything to happen. Okay, so stop talking like you do. Stop asking for action on random channels that can't do anything. I don't live in Kuwait. Even if I did, oh my God, it's like, it's none of my effing business. It's not. It's just not. You know, Kuwait wants to get rid of expats. They want to like purge expats. If they want her out, they will find a reason. If she has committed things that she could be arrested for and she's not, that could be for a reason. It's not so black and white like a lot of viewers think. It's just not. So stop calling for blood if you don't really want it. This guy is going to give you blood, and people are scared and backing off. He's already bored. He's already moving on with, I mean, who's Wildman Chris? You know? And the chat has lost another 200 people. They were asking for more Chantal stuff, and they're saying, oh, play Cuba Rage. He already watched it a couple days ago. He doesn't care. So if you guys just want to review things that she's done in the past and throw your insults and be angry, okay, go do that. But this guy means business. Has the 1 hour kiss deadline passed? Yeah, a long time ago. Who knows what else Marty has up his sleeve? Who knows? All right, everybody. If you want, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you feel like this community has gotten out of hand and now it's been put back in its place a little bit? Like, you've been tested. How far do you actually want to take this? And I've seen Girl World just completely take a huge step back and put up their hands like, nope, I wash my hands of this. I don't want any involvement in this. But are you gonna, you know, are they gonna be back tomorrow calling for blood again? You know, figure it out. You know, figure it out. Like, why do you watch? Why do you watch? And why do you come to my channel as opposed to some channels who literally give nothing but uninformed spouting off? You know, I'm thinking of a creator and you probably wouldn't even think of the one that I'm thinking of, but, you know, just says things as fact and just insults Foodie Beauty and just makes up things, completely makes up things. and like goes on tangents about them, to the point where people will come and ask me about something that this creator went off about for an hour that has nothing to do with anything. And I'm like, why are you even asking that? That's good. Like, what? You know, why don't you go to those channels? Or do you? Do you spread it all around? Like different channels for different things. Some are entertaining, some are fluff, some are angry, some you actually learn something, some you like, you know, I don't know. Let me know. I'm curious. All right, everyone. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.